We are back here in between. We are back here in between. Awesome, Jet. For 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Games. We are back here in between games. Doc's finishing out the regular season, starting a 4-game series against the Medford Mustangs. They've got game 2 of today's doubleheader coming up here in just a few moments. As we get here in between games, we continue on with our player interviews, brought to you by BTB Moving, providing labor services for your moving needs in Douglas County and around Oregon. They're veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful, with senior and veteran discounts available. You can book now at 541-315-0122 or find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. We keep making our way through the roster, getting down towards the end, which means we've gotten to Jet Black from Roseburg High School, Umpqua Community College, class of 2020. 4th year on the Doc Stewarts is what I've got down. Is it feel like, kind of weird to be the old guy on the team that's playing your last year here with the Doc Stewarts, Jet?
Yeah, it's definitely a little weird, but it's really nice to be able to teach these guys the ways. And we've been here for 4 years, so we know what's all going on here, and it's nice to be able to pass that down to the younger kids.
Is it a role that you took on willingly or kind of easily to be a guy that's kind of looked up as the leader on the team, as a guy that knows what the heck he's doing out there?
Yeah, it was pretty easy because the last 3 years I've always looked up to the older kids and listened to what they were doing. So it was nice to be able to get that chance to pass it on to some younger kids and make them feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you feel like things have been going this summer? You having fun? You enjoying this? And do you feel like things are going well for you here this summer with the Docs?
Yeah, everything's going really well. We're all having a great time. And all of our other friends, they left, but we were able to build some friendships with these younger kids, and it's been really good. Yeah,
you got a nice core group of guys here from Roseburg High School that you get to play here for another year. Most of you guys at least 3 seasons under your belt with the Docs. Getting to kind of finish out your time with Doc Stewarts, it's kind of a storied tradition to be able to play for the Docs, and getting to do that with some of your good buddies like Jace, like Austin, like Spencer. How much fun is that for you this summer to be able to play at least one more go-round with most of those guys?
It's been a lot of fun, especially because we now know that Jace is no longer going to be playing with us, and Spencer, it's probably the last time we get to play with Spencer too, so it's really nice to get one more chance to play with each other.
You're breaking some news there, it seems like. Was there something do I need to talk to Jace at some point here coming up soon?
Yeah, I'll let him talk to you about that.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll look forward to that little tidbit of information there as we get into kind of the nitty gritty here. You guys got Medford going on today. This is before game 1 that we're talking. So, Medford, they're the top dogs. When you get the chance to play them in a spot like this where it's league games and there's a chance you guys could pass them up for the league title, what's this kind of atmosphere like? What's the energy like as you go into a matchup like this?
Today, everyone's been pretty quiet. They've been really focused on what they're doing. They came here and got our early work done, and everyone's really focused on today.
Are you guys excited about this? I know there's a time and a place to, maybe goof around, have a few laughs and whatnot, but you think guys are excited for this opportunity that you guys have in front of you?
Yeah, guys are really excited. We know that we have Jace on the mound, so we know that game 1's going to be really exciting for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I always love when he's out there pitching. You got a chance to play out at UCC this last year. What was that experience like, going to college game? Was the transition a tough one? What was the transition like from high school ball, especially having a senior season cut away from you and then jumping into college? What was that like?
It was pretty tough, especially because when we first got there, we had about 60 kids there. So, we had 14 outfielders. We all were all battling out there, and then we ended up cutting it down to about 6 or 8. And then But it was overall a really fun experience. Because I got to meet a whole bunch of new people from all over the world, and it made everything a lot better.
Yeah, that's a cool experience when you get to start bringing in new guys. You've played with all these guys here in Douglas County for so long, start to meet some of these new guys. When the season wrapped up, it seemed like you were starting to get a little bit more playing time out there, I feel like, if I remember correctly at this point in time. But, as you were working your way through that season, the experience of kind of trying to fight for playing time on a guy that, you've been playing, been a starter for a long, long time, that experience of trying to fight for a spot out there on the field, what was that like for you?
It was pretty nice because, there wasn't much of a competition around here. We all had our certain spots and then get there. It was a little tough, especially switching to wood bats and everything, and then being out there longer and more frequently out there, and it was actually a really fun battle out there.
How much growth did you feel like you had through that season as a ball player?
Tons, because, going up there and not seeing your name on the lineup really puts you in a foul mood, but you got to stick with it because you never know if your name's going to be on there for game 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Learning from Coach Jeremiah, I know you've had a couple of years under your belt with him here with the Docs, but getting to be with him there at the college level, is it different than what it's like during the summer season with Jeremiah when you're doing the college game?
It's a little more intense, but he's just as intense, and he expects the most out of you every time you go out there, so it's pretty similar.
Yeah. Going into this next year, so you're going to have probably some fall ball in there, gearing up for the spring at UCC. I'll make sure here real quick that there's no big breaking news for you. You're going to be back with UCC next year?
Yes, I am.
All right. What are you expecting to do here in the next couple of months after you get done with Docs to kind of gear up for that second season with the not senior year, but second season with UCC?
It's going to be a short turnaround. We report September 5th, so it's going to be a really short turnaround, so won't be much preparation, but just going to go out there and give it all. That's all I really can do.
Yeah. Jeremiah wants to make sure you guys don't forget what he looks like, apparently, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
No rest for the weary here. That could be a real quick turnaround if you guys go on a run or something here.
Yes, it can.
I'm sure that's what you're hoping for. Hosting the state tournament, you got to be a part of that back in 2018, right? Yeah, okay. Making sure my timeline's right there. Getting a chance to host it. What does that, the experience you bring as a veteran guy on the team, what do you remember from that on what it was like to be the host team in a scenario like that?
I remember how important it was because we always have the biggest fan base coming to our games, and when the stadium's packed, it's when we have our best energy out there.
And I imagine when you're in that setting that teams are looking to try and knock you out because you're the team with the biggest crowd there. Everybody wants to play in those big settings. You guys feeling like there might be a bit of a bullseye on your back?
Well, we always kind of feel like that. Everyone seems they always want to take Roseburg out of any competition.
Yeah. You're getting ready to wrap this up here this summer. What are your thoughts about this being your final run with the Doc Stewarts? Is it kind of a little bittersweet when you think about the fact that this will be the last time you'll get a chance to put on the uniform?
Yeah, I tend not to think about that till it really comes.
Good point.
But yeah, no, this is a great way to go out, especially hope we make a deep run in the state tournament, maybe even win the thing. That'll make it even better.
Man, let's hope that's the case. It's been a long time since the Docs have been able to do it. It'd be fun to do it this year. Jet, it's been a pleasure to get a chance to watch you play baseball again. It was a disappointing thing that we didn't get a chance to see you during your senior year at Roseburg, but happy to have you back out here, and it's been fun watching this year. Thanks so much for the time. Really appreciate it, and best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
All right, Jet Black joining us here in between games as we get ready for game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader against the Medford Mustangs. We'll be back with more as the Docs take on the Stangs here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
This is Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on the Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churs for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyze and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Welcome you back here for the top of the first inning, game 2 of our doubleheader, and we are underway. It is a 1-2 count here for the leadoff man, Cody Boragine, for Medford. He'll take a 1-2 pitch from Ever Lamb, sends it to shortstop, Austin Takahashi, who fires across the diamond to Dominic Titone at first base for out number 1. Welcome you back here, everybody, for game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader between Roseburg and Medford. Roseburg Dr. Stewart's winning game 1, 5-0. And there is one out so far as Cody Boragine goes down. First pitch swinging for strike 1 to Darren Marsh, the right fielder. We will run through your starting lineups here in the top of the first for the Mustangs. The 0-1 pitch to Marsh is outside for a 1-1 count. It was Cody Boragine, the pitcher, leading things off for Medford, then followed Darren Marsh at the plate right now with the right fielder. Eli Westrick, the first baseman, will bat third as Marsh will line one into left field for a base hit off of Ever Lamb, the starting pitcher for the Docs here in game 2. 1 on, 1 away. Up to bat will be Westrick. Zach Ankeny, the shortstop, will bat cleanup, followed by Aiden Horsley, the left fielder. Gavin Schmidt, the third baseman, batting 6th. In the 7th spot is center fielder Jace Miller. In the 8th spot is the catcher, Brandon Zani. And at second base in the 9th spot is Rowan Amon. And that is your starting lineup for the Mustangs. Another ground ball. This time will get into left field. You'll have runners at first and second, still just one out. Back-to-back singles for the Mustangs in the top of the first inning against Ever Lamb. Darren Marsh goes to second base. Eli Westrick on at first. Starting lineup is brought to you by the Umpqua Golf Club. Get your golf adventure started with the Triple Play membership. Play Oak Hill, Stewart Park, and Myrtle Creek golf courses with just one membership. Find out more at umpqua.golf. On the mound, Ever Lamb, the righty from South Umpqua High School, making his 4th start of the season. He's got a 1-1 record with a save. So pitch low, knocked down by Spencer 6 behind the plate. 1-0 count against Zach Ankeny, the shortstop. Ever comes in. He's had 11 2/3 innings pitched. He struggled with some elbow issue throughout the season, missed a lot of the year. He's got a 1.80 ERA, 17 strikeouts, 16 walks. He's allowed 7 hits in those 11 2/3 innings. He misses just inside against Zach Ankeny for a 2-0 count. Last time that Ever pitched, it was against Eugene earlier this week. So step off the rubber here with runners at first and second. And one out. 4 2/3 innings, no hits, no runs, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts, 1 hit batter for Ever Lamb. Runners double steal, a pitch swung on and fouled away. They were going with the hit and run on the 2-0 pitch to Zach Ankeny. Medford trying to be aggressive here in the first inning after getting shut out in game 1. 2-1 count for Ever Lamb against Zach Ankeny. Ankeny out in front, pulls that one well foul, and it's a 2-2 count. Looking around the diamond here for the Docs in the top of the first inning. Behind the plate, Spencer 6 catching for game 2. The battery mate for Ever Lamb. It's a 2-2 pitch coming in. Bounces in. Spencer knocks it down, gets back to it, holds the runners at first and second. Out at first base, Dominic Titone. At second base, Cade Johnson. At third base, Dawson Gillespie. At shortstop, Austin Takahashi. In the outfield from left to right, Sebastian Watson, Jet Black, and Logan Klopfenstein. Your defensive starters tonight brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control as a 3-2 pitch, strike 3 called. Zach Ankeny wanted ball 4. He goes down looking, and that is a strikeout for Everlam, his first of the game. There's 2 away. Again, your starting lineups brought to you by Cooper's Pest, or your starting defense brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control. When you're looking for your best defense, call Cooper's Pest Control to protect your house from those summer bugs. 673-0363. Breaking ball to Aiden Horsley, misses outside for Everlam, a ball and no strikes. A ground out, a strikeout for the 2 outs, but back-to-back singles by Darren Marsh and Eli Westrick have runners at first and second. 2 down here in the top of the first. Ground ball to short, and Takahashi takes the easy route to second base to get Eli Westrick to wrap things up here in the top of the first inning. A clean first frame for Everlam. And for Medford, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Well, we go to the bottom of the first inning. Doc's in a scoreless game against Medford so far. Taking a look at the starting lineup for your Roseburg Dr. Stewart's, brought to you by the Umpqua Golf Club. Leading things off will be Austin Takahashi, the shortstop, followed by Dawson Gillespie, the third baseman. Batting third, playing catcher is Spencer Six. In center field, batting cleanup, Jet Black. At the DH, Austin Anderson will bat fifth for starting pitcher Everlam. Dominic Titone, the first baseman, will hit sixth. Sebastian Watson in left field batting seventh. In the eighth spot is Kate Johnson, the second baseman. And rounding out the starting 9 is the right fielder, Logan Klopfenstein. You can get your golf adventure started with the Triple Play membership to the Umpqua Golf Club. Play Oak Hill, Stewart Park, and Myrtle Creek golf courses with just one membership. Find out more at umpqua.golf. Austin Takahashi stands in, and the first pitch he gets from Cody Boragine, a lefty, is in for strike one. Boragine, the starter here in game 2 for Medford, misses low and outside for a 1-1 count. Left-handed pitcher on the mound. Takahashi at the plate, a 1-1 pitch. He softly lines over the third baseman. Gavin Schmidt making a leaping attempt, got that right off the end of his leather, but he could not get it in the webbing on the glove, and that's a leadoff single for Austin Takahashi as he gets things started for the Docs. Just a bloop single over the top of the third baseman. In fact, he knocked it down. It was so softly hit, it hit the end of his glove and just kind of dropped right there. So a leadoff single for Takahashi, the shortstop. And he has our first hit of the game for the Dr. Stewart. It's always brought to you by MSK True Value and Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. Scoring a bunt, Dawson Gillespie takes strike one. Gillespie starting at third base again here in game 2. Bats with one on and nobody out. The 0-1 pitch is bunted down first base, racing down the line. The first baseman, Westrick, will throw to the second baseman, Rowan Amon. And a sac bunt down for Dawson Gillespie moves Austin Takahashi into scoring position. That is a sac bunt put out 3-4. Don't see that too often. One out. Man in scoring position, Spencer Six. Ground ball right side. That'll move the runner up 90 feet. Amon will fire over to Westrick. And there are two down. Spencer Six pulling that ball for a routine ground ball. Up to third base, though, goes Austin Takahashi, and it'll bring up the cleanup man, Jet Black. Jet going to try and pick up an RBI here. See if he can get the Docs on top 1-0. He fouls off the first pitch for strike one. See if we can get a chance to look around the diamond here in this first inning for the Medford Mustangs, get their defensive starters. Strike against Jet, gives him an 0-2 count. On the mound, the lefty, Cody Boragine, trying to get out of the first. Line drive to center field. That one carries it goes off the glove for Jace Miller in center field. Coming in to score is Takahashi. Into second base goes Jet Black, and an error by Medford will get the Docs their first run of the ball game. That ball carried out to center field. It was one of those balls that is right around waist level, and you're charging in on it. You get kind of caught in between. It looked like Miller had a clean look at it, though, and I thought he had it. He kept running in towards the dugout, and then all of a sudden you see the ball pop out behind him. So an error for Medford. They only had one in game one. They have their first here in game two, and the Docs take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Takahashi scores. A 1-0 pitch now to Austin Anderson. And he's got a 1-1 count as he swings and misses on the second pitch by Boragine. Remember that Boragine was the starting center fielder in game one, and he got to a lot of balls out there covering a ton of ground, but now on the mound they put Miller in center field. And his misplay brings in a run for the Docs. Pitch inside for Boragine, 3 balls, 1 strike. Austin Anderson, the DH, had a hit in game one. Takes outside, and there is ball 4. 2-out walk issued after the inning should have come to an end, and Medford's going to hope that that does not come back to haunt him too much here. Giving teams extra opportunities is always the bane of every coach's existence. Obviously, give him an extra attempt after the error in center field. It should have been out 3, and then a walk issued. That brings up Dominic Titone, the first baseman. Lefty versus lefty matchup. First pitch outside for ball 1. Docs won game 1, 5-0. They jump out to a 1-0 lead here in game 2. Titone will take high from Boragine. 2 balls, no strikes. Behind the plate is Brandon Zani. Out at first base, Eli Westrick. Rowan Amon at second. Gavin Schmidt at third. Zach Ankeny at short. We'll get the outfield here hopefully after this next pitch. The 2-0 delivery. Fouled away by Titone. In the outfield from left to right, Aiden Horsley, Jace Miller, and Darren Marsh. That is your starting defense there for the Mustangs. Brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins. Call them at 673-0363. Line drive out towards right center for Titone. Drops in. They're going to send Jet Black around third. He's heading home, and it does come back to haunt the Mustangs. An RBI single towards right center for Dominic Titone. Jet Black comes around to score with 2 outs. Allison Anderson goes first to third. The Docs lead 2-0 with runners on the corners and 2 down.
Number 2, Sebastian Watson.
So a dropped fly ball in center field kept the inning alive, scored a run, a walk, and now a single, and the Docs have 2 on the board when this should have been a scoreless game going to the second. First pitch misses for the 7-hitter, Sebastian Watson. Watson, 3 for 3 day in game 1. Had 3 hits yesterday against the Post 58 Crushers in a 9-inning game, non-league one there. He's got a 1-1 count after a swing and a miss. Squared to bunt, but pulls it back. Watson starting in left field here in game 2. Swings and fouls back the pitch for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Docs baseball tonight, obviously here on the Score, but also streaming at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, thanks to sponsorship from the Cow Creek Tribe. 2-2 pitch is fouled back for Sebastian Watson. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and watching Game 1 with us and sticking around for the second game of our broadcast here online. Every game from the upcoming AAA state tournament will be streamed online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channels. A pitch bounces in, a runner coming in to score. Docs lead 3-0. A wild pitch puts the Docs on top 3-0 against Medford here in the first. Austin Anderson will score. Up the second base goes Titone. Makes it a full count for Sebastian Watson. Swings at a pitch high and fouls it away. Full count pitch again here for Watson, and he'll take ball 4. Well, this inning went from a positive start from Medford to a tough one here, and Cody Borgine has thrown a lot of extra pitches in the ball game. Sebastian Watson gets the free pass down to first. That brings up Cade Johnson, the second baseman. First pitch swinging, fouls up and out of play. A win for the Docs here in Game 2. Still very early in this ball game, by the way. Let's not get carried away. It's a swing and another foul ball for strike 2. But if the Docs were to win, they would move into a tie for first with Medford. The 0-2 pitch, swung and fouled back. Stays an 0-2 count. At least I think. Let's just double check some things real quick. I know they would be tied with Medford in league play, but would they be tied for first? It's an 0-2 count for Cade Johnson. The 0-2 pitch. Borgine, the lefty, delivers, misses just high. That pitch, not a bad one there. A tough take for Cade Johnson, but he was disciplined enough to do it. The 1-2 pitch pops him up. That one's going to carry towards right field, and underneath it, the second baseman, Rowan Amon, will make the catch. Docs send 8 hitters to the plate. 5 of them come up with 2 outs, and the Docs will score 3 runs here in the first. 3 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 2 men left on base. Docs in front of Medford, Game 2 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Come back. It's the top of the second inning. Up to bat, Gavin Schmidt grounds one to third baseman Dawson Gillespie to lead things off against Everlam here, who has a 3-0 lead to work with as the Docs score 3 in the bottom of the first. Medford, 2 hits in the ballgame so far, but they ground out on the first pitch here. Now a ball up the middle, shortstop. Takahashi behind second, throws to first. It goes off the glove for Titone as he tries to make the scoop. Tough play, back behind the bag for Austin Takahashi. Made the throw to first, and swiping at it, Dominic Titone can't field it cleanly.
Catcher, number 12.
So the
Brandon
Doc Stewarts
Zoney.
will have their first error of the night. 1 on, 1 out. And it brings up the 8-hitter, Brandon Zoney, as we welcome you back. Top of the second inning, game 2 of tonight's doubleheader. Docs Baseball brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. 1-0 start out to the at-bat for the catcher, Brandon Zoney. He'll take a strike from Ever Lamb to even it up at a 1-1 count. Pitch low and outside. Count goes to 2-1. A 2-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Taken by Takahashi. Steps on the bag. Throws to first. Dominic Titone will get the out there. And Dominic Titone pulled off the bag, but he turns 2. We'll go ahead and take a 60-second break and head back for the bottom of the second. Still a 3-0 lead as the Docs turn 2 and get out of the top of the second on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Current Orthodontics, we stand out because of the smiles and the excitement that we create. A beautiful smile can really make a huge impact in someone's life. Our main goal is we also want you to be able to walk down the street and have your neighbors say, hey, where did you get that great smile? And for you to be able to say, at Current Orthodontics.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Welcome you back here for the bottom of the second inning. Docs lead it 3-0 on top of the visiting Medford Mustangs. Tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Up to bat for the Docs will be Logan Klopfenstein, the 9-hitter, to start things off. First pitch swinging, just foul down the left field side. So that'll be strike 1 against Klopfenstein as he stands in. Docs leading 3-0 after scoring 3 runs on 2 hits and 1 error in the bottom of the first inning against Medford. On the mound, the lefty Cody Boragine. The second pitch to Klopfenstein. The 0-1 grounded to short. And up with it, Zach Ankeny will make the play to first base to retire the first out here in the bottom of the second. 1 away, top of the order, Austin Takahashi will bat. Tonight's game brought to you by the Smile Station, your destination for aesthetically crafted smiles. Takahashi had a bloop single to third base in the first inning. And that pitch almost got him on the back of the front leg. Lefty versus lefty matchup. He takes ball 1. Takahashi's just soft bloop liner over the top of the outstretched arm of Gavin Schmidt at third base. He just wasn't quite tall enough to get to it. As another pitch misses, breaking ball outside to Takahashi. Gives him a 2-0 count. The pitch from Boragine misses low, and the count will go 3-0. Well, up in Eugene, a non-league doubleheader for the Challengers are taking on the Salem Whitnell Dodgers. Eugene wins 6-3 in game 1 of that doubleheader. 3-0 pitch, in for strike 1. Eugene rooting hard for, well, I guess actually either side. They're rooting for one side to dominate this series. There's a 3-1 pitch. Will hit the outside corner for strike 2 to Takahashi. I'm not sure what it would take for Eugene to drop to the 3 seed or to the third place team in Area 4, but I assume that they are hoping that that does not happen. I guess there's a chance they could be the number 1 seed. If Docs win the Area 4 title, then whoever finishes second will get the automatic qualifying bid into the state tournament. As Takahashi reaches out for a 3-2 pitch and flies it out to center fielder Jace Miller, who this time secures it for the second out. That'll make it 2 away.
Third baseman, number
Dawson
10,
Gillespie will bat.
Gillespie.
Dawson Gillespie comes up to bat with 2 outs. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Gillespie laid down a sac bunt in the first inning. Takes for a 1-1 count. On the mound, Cody Borgine trying to work through a quick second inning. He gets a swing and a miss out of Gillespie, and it'll stay a 1-2 count. On the mound, Cody Borgine with 2 down. It's 1-2 pitch. Foul down the right field side. That one hooking there and bouncing out of the stadium. Stays a 1-2 count here for Dawson Gillespie. Dawson will line one out towards left field on the run. Aiden Horsley reaches up, and he does make the catch for the final out. So that is a 1-2-3 bottom of the second inning for the Medford Mustangs. And the Doc Stewart's no runs on no hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. It is a 3-0 lead for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts as we go to the top of the third inning. This is Doc's baseball for you here. We're going to keep it right here as we work through a bit of a technical issue back on the radio side there of things. Doc Stewart's leading 3-0 as we go to the third inning. Taking a look at the standings, I did do the math. If the Docs do win, Medford and Roseburg would be tied for first place at 9-5 in Area 4 play. Just fractions of a percentage point in front of Eugene, who is already wrapped up. Eugene has already wrapped up their Area 4 games, and so Eugene will be waiting to see the outcome of this one, to see who wins in this series. And again, whoever is first gets an automatic qualifying bid to the state tournament. But if it's Roseburg, the host team, they already have a state tournament, or they already have an automatic bid. And we'll see if they are. If it's Roseburg, they have the automatic bid. If it's the Area 4 champ, then would be the second place team. If it is the Docs that win the Area 4, they would get the automatic bid into the state tournament. So, yeah, kind of interesting to see how it all works out here with the host team maybe winning the area championship. That definitely is kind of an interesting part of everything. Welcome you back here for the top of the third inning. And Craig, yes, back in the studio. If you could try and see if you can force a reboot on that system there, that would be awesome for us. See if maybe you can get it to do it faster. Starting the top of the third inning, Medford trails 3-0. At the plate, Rowan Amon, the second baseman. First time to the plate. He will foul off a pitch there. He's got a 1-2 count here against Ever Lamb. A ball and 2 strikes against Rowan Amon. Cody Borgine waits on deck. Darren Marsh, the third batter, due up here in the third inning as we go back to the top of the order for Medford. 2-2 count after a pitch bounces in for Everlam. On the mound, Lamb shaking off a couple of pitches from Spencer. Fastball delivers inside, and it's fouled down the third base side by Amon, who's out in front of that inside pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Everlam so far has allowed 2 hits back in the first inning. Another foul ball for Amon. And he has himself still a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Rowan Amon will go down for the second strikeout of the game for Ever Lamb. First out here in the top of the third.
Number 14, Cody Borgine.
One down. That's a Mountain Mike's Pizza strikeout for Ever Lamb. Making sure your next pizza night isn't a swing and a miss. That's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. Ball hit well out towards right field for Cody Borgine as we keep things going here in the third. It's going to be a one-out double for the pitcher. Borgine trying to help his own cause, see if he can get something going for the Medford Mustangs. Now ball deep into the corner, long run for Logan Klopfenstein, and a man in scoring position for the Mustangs.
Darren Marsh.
That'll bring up Darren Marsh. One out. And a man in scoring position. Lamb's first pitch to Marsh. Misses outside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch coming up. Foul ball back. One pitch. Out at second base, Cody Borgine. Lamb steps off the mound. The 1-1 pitch just misses low and outside. It'll be a 2-1 count. Darren Marsh had a single in the first inning. He had the first hit of the game for the Mustangs. Look back to second base, a throw that direction. Not in time to get Borgine. Two balls, one strike. Ball gets away from Spencer 6. Borgine easily heads up to third. Wild pitch moving the runner up 90 feet closer to home. 3 balls, 1 strike against Darren Marsh for Ever Lamb. Three-one pitch. Lamb working out of his stretch. Nods in agreement with Spencer. Fires in that ball out to right field. Klopfenstein will make the catch. Tagging, heading for the plate. Borgine will score. A sac fly for Darren Marsh, and the Medford Mustangs will have their first run of the twin bill here tonight. That will make it then 9 1/3.
Number 37, Eli Westrick.
9 1/3 of scoreless innings by Doc's pitchers against Medford tonight. And that comes to an end here in the third inning. Doc's lead 3-1 still. A 1-0 count for Eli Westrick, batting with nobody on base and 2 away. Takes strike 1, a 1-1 count. A 1-1 pitch. Line drive gets into left center field for Westrick. He's got his second hit of the game, and he's on with a 2-out single to left center. He's got a couple of balls pulled to the left side of the field so far in this ball game. So with 2 down, you've got a runner on at first. Check swing, pulled back on a ball in the dirt. Zach Ankeny will take for ball 1. Ground ball foul, third base side. One ball, one strike. Runner going on another swing and a foul ball. 2 strikes now for Zach Ankeny. A ball and 2 strikes. A ball and 2 strikes for Ever Lamb. Out towards center field. That gets in. Jet Black will chase it down. Spins and throws back. The runner will hold at third. That's a 2-out single for Zach Ankeny, his first hit of the evening here in Game 2. And first to third for Eli Westrick. And Ever Lamb has given up 1 run so far here in the third. Facing a little bit of trouble here with 2 outs. With runners on the corners and 2 down, Aiden Horsley steps in. Top of the third inning, 3-1 the score. Doc's in front of Medford. A pitch in the dirt, bounces away from Spencer and out to second base goes Zach Ankeny. Ball, diving stop by Kate Johnson, gets up and throws quickly to first base. Great defense there behind Ever Lamb. And Aiden Horsley will get the final. Will commit the final out. Docs do give up 1 run. Medford had 3 hits in the third. There were no Docs errors and 2 men left on base. And Doc Stewart still lead 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the third inning. We'll keep it right here. We'll keep it right here as we try to figure out still some of these technical issues back on the studio side of things. So we'll try and get that squared away. Doc Stewart's in the front. They will come back with the 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up for them. That'll be Spencer 6, Jet Black, and Austin Anderson. Doc's Baseball this tonight brought to you by Chuck Swarm Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? And by Current Orthodontics. A healthy, attractive smile means confidence inside and out. You can give Dr. Peterson a call to make an appointment now at 541-672-5721.
Leading up the Roseburg Doc Stewarts in the bottom of the third inning, catcher number 6, Spencer 6.
That'll bring up Spencer 6 to lead things off here in the third inning. It is a 3-1 lead for the Docs. Spencer is 0 for 1 in the game, a ground out to second his first time. He gets jammed here as flares one out to center field, though. Fights it off for a leadoff single here in the third inning for the Doc Stewarts. Man on, as the Docs are trying to get back that run they give up in the second inning, or here in the top of the third. 3-1 your score. Docs trying to sweep at home against Medford. First pitch to Jet Black is in the dirt for ball 1. One ball, no strikes against Jet, who reached on an error in the first inning, eventually came around to score. He lines this one down the left field side. Just foul down that left field line into the corner, and I think that actually bounced and got out of the stadium there. That was foul by maybe 4 feet. Not off by much for Jet Black. Trying to get the good crowd out here tonight to take in this game. A Saturday night against Medford in town. Yeah, you know the fans are going to show up for this one. Real nice, comfortable evening air at the ballpark tonight. Surprisingly, I didn't think it would still be this warm. Still showing 81 degrees in Roseburg at the moment on my phone. Game 2 of our doubleheader here. Docs won game 1, 5-0. That ball well hit in the air out towards left field. Horsley going back at the track, at the wall. That ball's gone! A 2-run shot for Jet Black, and the Doc Stewarts will extend their lead 5-1. Jet Black will get the Docs on the board here in the third with a 2-run blast over the left field fence. That is the first home run we've seen for a Doc Stewart's batter here at home this season. So the Docs on the board here in the third, make it a 5-1 lead on top of Medford. Up to bat, Austin Anderson hitting with nobody on and nobody out. 1-0 pitch. He fouls back for a 1-1 count. One ball, one strike. Ball out to left field for Anderson. Not quite as well hit as Jets. That'll be a fly ball out to Aiden Horsley for the first out here in the bottom of the third. So 1 out, nobody on.
Next batter for Doc Stewart, first baseman number 7, Dominic Tatone.
That'll bring up Dominic Tatone, 1 out. First pitch, a strike to the lefty from the lefty, Cody Boragine. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike against Tatone, who is 1 for 1 with an RBI single in the first inning. A 1-1 pitch, high and inside. 2 balls and a strike against Tatone. Tatone fouls off the 2-1 offering. Two balls, 2 strikes. Tatone, a quick one-hopper to Ankeny. He backs up, throws over to first. He'll get the out there. Here's 2 away. Sharply hit ball there for Tatone.
Next batter for the Doc Stewart, left fielder number 2, Sebastian Watson.
But backing up and making that play cleanly, Zach Ankeny gets the second out. 2 down. Sebastian Watson walked his first time up. He'll take ball 1. Strike on the outside corner. Makes it 2 balls and 1 strike here against Watson. Nobody on, 2 down in the bottom of the third. It's going to be a 1-1 count. Now it's a 2-1 count as a pitch low and inside. Two-1 pitch is fouled up and out of play. Yes, just gets out of play. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here for Sebastian Watson in the bottom of the third. Doc's currently leading 5-1. Ground ball to the shortstop. Zach Ankeny in front of it, and he will fire over to first base for the final out here in the bottom of the third. But the Doc Stewarts able to get 2 runs on the board on a home run by Jet Black.
On 2 base hits.
And the Doc Stewarts will take a 5-1 lead going to the top of the 4th inning. Doc Stewart's in front. We'll come back after this 60-second break. This is Doc's Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Yes.
Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on the Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
Doc Stewart's baseball leading 5-1 against the visiting Medford Mustangs. Trying to sweep here today is a ground ball to shortstop. Austin Takahashi ranging towards third base to try and get there for that one, but he will not be able to throw it across the diamond in time for the out. And that'll make it a leadoff single for Gavin Schmidt as we start things off here in the fourth inning. We are pleased to welcome into the booth for a little bit here during Game 2. The man of the hour. It is Tom Nelson joining us. 51 years, Tom.
Wow. It's, back in the day when I started, that's when we had the blow-up chest protectors. and they were so awkward, and I think it was about 2 years after that, then the inside protectors started coming in and made it a lot easier.
Ground ball to short here. Takahashi flips to Johnson. They get it back over to first. So Jace Miller will ground into the 6-4-3 double play. That will clear things off there quickly for Ever Lamb, who's still out there pitching for the Docs into the fourth inning with a 5-1 lead. What got you into umpiring? Here, let me catch people up here as Ever Lamb will deliver to Brandon Zani, and this is going to be a quick half inning, Tom, so we'll stick you around for the bottom of the fourth as Ever Lamb fields on a comebacker to the mound. Brandon Zani will ground out. That'll be a quick 1-2-3 inning in the top of the fourth. You don't see that too often in 51 years. You never get tired of quick innings like that as you're out there working. Doc Stewart's get a quick top of the fourth inning defensively, lead 5-1. Let's head to the bottom of the fourth on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change at regular price and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and a 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil, get one free now at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube, next to Champion Car Wash.
Back here for the bottom of the fourth inning, joining me in the booth is Tom Nelson, who earlier tonight was celebrated for 51 years of service to youth sports here in Douglas County, to American Legion Baseball as an umpire throughout his time here in Roseburg. And we are happy to have him with us as we start the bottom of the fourth inning. Cody Boragine still throwing for Medford, who trails Roseburg 5-1. It is Cade Johnson leading things off. So 51 years. What got you into umpiring, Tom? You had to be like a young pup at that time. You can't be that old.
I was. I went to Umpqua Community College my first year out of high school, and they didn't have a baseball team, and so I ran track and stuff. And I came back. I was one of those freshmen in college that was still eligible age-wise to play American Legion Baseball, and we had a phenomenal team that year. A lot of guys that went on to play Division I college baseball, and my good friend Terry Cornett, who went was eventually drafted by the Giants and actually played for the big club, and several others that went on to play in the minor leagues. And so I was the last one cut. And so Mike Cohen, who I've known for years, and he was umpiring, he said, "Hey, Tom, we need, why don't you come umpire?" And so I did, and right away I was tossed into a single A club who I had played for the previous year. And
Kay Johnson had struck out swinging. Here's Logan Kloffenstein, sent a roller down the third base line that was fielded right at the bag by Gavin Schmidt, but his throw to first base skips in and couldn't be handled by Westrick. So Docs with one out. They get a man on base with the second error of the game for the Doc Stewarts. So you got thrown into it right away at the younger level for Legion Baseball.
Right away, and it wasn't but about 2 years. I was doing the Docs games, and you learn a lot. Baseball seems so simple to so many people. Out, safe, ball strike, that type of thing. It's a complex game.
Watch a lot of games, you start to learn. You and I were debating over text message the other night about one of the rulings down a game on the runner in the base path or not, or how that went. And
right.
There are just a lot of intricacies with the game of baseball. As Asta Takahashi's at the plate against Cody Borgine with a 1-1 count. One out, a man on at first base here in the bottom of the fourth. Another strike taken for Takahashi. But, 51 years, you got to know that thing like the back of your hand, right? The rule book?
Well, there'll always be situations that come up that you think, man, where is that in the case book? Of course, you have to think pretty quick. And, even the most logical conclusion that you might make may not be the right call.
Yeah, that is true. I found myself in that situation plenty. Logan Kloffenstein takes second, steals it there on a 1-2 pitch. It's a 2-2 count for Takahashi. He loses the bat as he fouls that one away, out of play down the third base side and out of the stadium here. You have seen a lot of baseball here at the ballpark. Any big fond memories during your 51 years doing it?
Oh, man, there's been a lot of great players come through. You look at, the Harold Reynolds, the Danny Ainges, the guys we had here. There's so many to mention. I was just talking a few minutes to Rich Dorman, who's the pitching coach at Oregon State, and he was here momentarily. He's a Medford Mustang grad. I think he went to North Medford, and he said he remembered me from back in the 90s, and he said, I caught, so I was trying to protect you all those times. But he was down here watching a few people, and I know Medford has a couple of kids, along with, Roseburg has a great group of young kids.
Yeah.
And I think a sign of a great coaching staff, which Jeremiah Robbins has, is an indication of when his team is playing very well at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And this team has really kind of molded and been brought along. And
Stewart, third baseman, number 10.
Austin Takahashi out of that leadoff spot does take a walk. That'll be his first walk here in Game 2 of tonight's doubleheader, and that prompts a visit out to the mound for the pitching staff, or pitching coach for Medford here in Game 2 of tonight's doubleheader. 5-1 our score. Game 1 was a 5-0 win for Jay Stoffel. You've seen a lot of great pitchers, Tom. Jay Stoffel in Game 1 there. I don't know if you were here. Were you here for that whole game? Or?
I was.
Yeah, and that was one heck of a performance there.
Yeah, and I've had Jace a few times this year behind the plate, and keeps the ball right around the plate, throws hard, and, did he sign a letter of intent?
There might be some rumors going around about what happened. Jet Black told me that they will not have Jay Stoffel at UCC next year, and he said he'd let Jace tell me the big news, but I didn't want to disrupt his pregame rituals going into that starting Game 1, so I thought I'd try and catch him between games, but I did not get a chance to. But I'm looking forward to hearing what that news might be. Could be some big news there for that young man.
Yeah, and that's a good thing that Umpqua Community College can prep those kids to maybe go on in the next level. And the other thing I think is the great facility, the great program, and the developmental teams they have below the Docks, I think point towards a very promising future.
Pickoff throw to first base by Boragine. Almost got Asa Takahashi. He had to crawl back to the bag practically to get there before the tag by Eli Westrick. On at first is Takahashi. At third base, Logan Kloffenstein. There's one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Docs lead 5-1. At the plate, Dawson Gillespie takes high and away for a 2-0 count. What's been the most rewarding thing as an umpire through 51 years?
Well, I think the 93 World Series here, and then in high school I've done a couple of state finals up at Kaiser Stadium in Salem.
Gillespie gets into one out to left field. That's going to be a routine fly ball for Horsley, but tagging and heading for the plate goes one runner, and coming into second base goes Takahashi. It's Kloffenstein that'll score on the sac fly by Dawson Gillespie. Second sacrifice of the night for Gillespie, as he will drive in another run for the Docs. There's two away. Docs take a 6-1 lead here in the bottom of the fourth. You were saying?
But that developmental program, I think the future looks very bright.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that I don't think fans realize is that the American Legion program allows you to have a team to pull from high schools in your area as long as the 10th, 11th, and 12th grades in those schools don't total more than 6,000 kids. So, you know, an area like Medford really has a great advantage because they pull from North Medford, South Medford, both 6A schools, and they pull from St. Mary's and Ashland and a few other places. You know, basically Roseburg has one 6A school, and then, of course, the other smaller schools.
3A, 2A, 1A for the most part, yeah.
So it's... you know, it's getting those kids together and developing them into quality baseball players that eventually lead to a quality team.
Strike three taken by Spencer 6 at the plate with Asa Takahashi out at second base. That'll finish things off for Cody Boragine here. 2 strikeouts in the game, and in that frame for Cody Boragine, he gets the Medford Mustangs through the bottom of the fourth, but they give up another run on no hits. There was one error and one man left on base for the Docs. We'll come back a little bit longer here with Tom Nelson, who was honored tonight for 51 years of service to American Legion Baseball, Douglas County Youth Sports as an umpire out on the ball field. Back with the top of the fifth inning on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service. Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and other.
Means a lot after a 7-inning game to maybe cut the game in 15, 20 minutes.
Back here talking with Tom Nelson as we come back for the top of the fifth inning. Doc Stewarts are leading 6-1. They are closing in on a sweep here at home against the Medford Mustangs. Leading things off against Ever Lamb is the 9-hitter Rowan Amon. He has an 0-2 count after a big swing and a miss on his last one. He takes a pitch in the dirt from Ever Lamb. Medford 6 hits in this one. 1 run so far as the Docs are winning. Ground ball to shortstop Asa Takahashi, who charges in, throws over to first base to Dominic Fatone on the run.
He's a good-looking young shortstop.
Yeah, he really has been looking good as Tom joins us here.
You know, and of course those pitches, they're not in the dirt, Joey, they're in the turf.
That is true. I have stuck with my traditional sayings. I know everything's turf here at the ballpark. What did the plaque say tonight? They handed out a plaque here for you this evening, and I'm disappointed I don't see the golden cup around your neck anymore. But
well, it was in appreciation of all my 51 years to American Legion Baseball and youth sports. I just think that, you know, it's such a some of these kids, you see them molded into being great young adults that can contribute back to our community or another community that they might, move to eventually.
Ground out to second base for leadoff man Cody Boragine for your second out. And that'll bring up Darren Marsh with 2 outs and nobody on here in the top of the 5th. So 51 years. You're not out there umpiring tonight, but you have been throughout the summer. How much longer do you think you got in you?
I think I got a couple more years, maybe 3 years, something like that. A lot of it is getting people to, boy, do we need help.
Yeah.
And that's not just in American Legion Baseball for umpires. It's nationwide in all sports officiating, whether it's baseball, basketball, football.
Line drive to left field here from Marsh. He has got a 2-for-2 day going, and he's going to race for second base as he keeps his helmet on, turning around the bag. He's got a double and a single in the game and a sac fly for an RBI. So Darren Marsh in the 2 spot being very productive for Medford. The 2-3 hitters have been big. Eli Westrick will come up to the plate. He's 2-for-2 with a pair of singles. He hits with 2 outs and a man in scoring position for the Mustangs. I mean, we get these notices from the OSAA and from the NFHS about, every sport could use officials. And, I do know that there is a strike taken by Westrick. There have been, it's not an easy not a volunteer job. You guys do get a little bit of money in your pocket, but it's not necessarily always an easy one, but it is a rewarding job to be able to give back to youth sports in your community by being an official.
Yeah, and I try and encourage kids on the team, to, hey, guys, after your playing days are done, umpire. And they look at me and say, no way. But it's not that. I sit in very seldom do I sit in the stands and watch a dock game, and it looks a lot faster up in the stands than it does actually being behind the plate or whatever. So it's, for me, after all those years, it's go out and get the job done, and it's most of the time a reasonably fairly easy evening.
Usually.
Most of the time.
Hopefully. Ground ball towards short. Takahashi in front of it. Bobbled it for a second. Throws high to first. Did he get back on the bag in time? Tatone comes down to get Eli Westrick, and that's going to get Nate Mabin out of the dugout to go out and have a conversation. Okay. We've got a long-time official in the booth with us. What are these moments like when you know the coach is coming to give you a bit of an earful?
Boy, that's a tough call. I think he's going to ask. The toughest part of that call is, the defensive teams off the field.
You kind of wait to. That's bang bang there at first. Did he come down in time? And they are going to confirm the call out at first base. Eli Westrick on a 6-3 ground out. And that'll wrap up things in the top of the 5th. So Medford unable to do anything against Everlam. A 2-out double by Darren Marsh leaves him stranded at second base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Make it bottom of the 5th inning. I think my scoreboard bug got a little bit ahead of me there. Come back for the bottom of the 5th here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event, plus you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Back here for the bottom of the 5th inning, and Jet Black continues his hot night at the plate. Jet Black will start things off for the Docs here in the bottom of the 5th with a double to left field. After his 2-run homer in the 3rd inning, Jet Black starts things off here in the 5th to put a man in scoring position for the Docs against lefty Cody Boragine, who is still throwing for Medford here in Game 2. Tom Nelson joining us in the booth here after he was honored in between games of tonight's doubleheader with a plaque after his 51 years of service to American Legion Baseball here in Douglas County. An 0-1 count for Austin Anderson, who's 0 for 1 in the game. He'll take, well, he got hit by a pitch apparently, and he'll head on down to first base as that ball got him on the foot. No. The umpire's going to say, come on back to home plate. You're going to keep hitting. So never mind that. A 1-1 count for Austin Anderson. Officials, here comes Jeremiah Robbins to have a quick conversation about this as well. The officials always a big part, and we were saying a big shortage there, but you were just mentioning the commissioners for
Right.
American Legion Baseball. I mean, there's a lot of people that are required to put this all together.
Yeah, I look at the press box, and I see guys on the PA, Perry Tilton. I see Ron Yoakum running the scoreboard along with George Decker. Those are just the guys up here in the press box. But you have guys that open and shut things down, before and after the games. And, that group is getting up there in years too. So we really need the help of younger people. And I'm not saying people in their necessarily their 20s and 30s, but their 30s and 40s and even 40s and 50s wanting to give back to the community. And it's everybody's getting old.
There have been fewer of some of the faces that were around when I first started doing all of this about 10 years ago now that it's been. Not quite 51, but 2-2 count here for Austin Anderson with Jet Black out at second base. And he will swing and miss for strike 3. That'll be strikeout number 3 on the night for Cody Boragine as he works against the Doc Stewarts. Docs are leading 6-1 against Medford here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
One of the great commissioners when I started was Bill Gray, and obviously this is Bill Gray Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field, or however you want to say that, vice versa. And Bill spent many, many years heading up the Legion Commission and did a phenomenal job. And I think he probably did that. I think he was when I started back in 71, and I know that he went through the 93 World Series, and he may have kind of retired after that. But what a tremendous guy he was, and really, I think, very, very good to me. And that's this whole program. I feel very blessed. Both American Legion, even Umpqua Community College back in the 70s when they had some phenomenal teams, and Roseburg High School, and I've seen a lot of really good baseball players come through there, and then the county, for example. But I feel very blessed to have worked so many big games over the years, and so many games, period.
Yeah. At the plate, it is the lefty Dominic Titone, a 2-2 count with 1 out, and Jet Black out at second base after his leadoff double. Docs leading 6-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Lights starting to come on. His shadows are stretching across the field. Boragine, the lefty, misses outside against the lefty Titone.
Dominic Titone, watching him hit from behind the plate, which is a lot of fun to see these hitters improve over time. He's got a great swing.
He's got a 3-2 count here. He gets behind one, lifts this high in the air out towards right field. Darren Marsh going up, squares it up into the sun. Tagging and heading for third will go Jet Black. He gets in with a headfirst slide, no throw to the bag. 2 down, but the Docs get a runner up to third base now. And that'll bring up Sebastian Watson, who has been hot at the plate over the last couple of games. He does step in here in Game 2, 0 for 1 with a walk. Last time up, grounded out to shortstop at third base, Jet Black. Well, Tom, I want to say, I've known you for a while as a pitch misses for ball 1 here against Sebastian Watson. I've known you for a while, and I've always appreciated all the conversations we've had about sports here in the area. I know not only are you an official, you are a fan of all these guys as well, and not only are you an official, I see you pretty much at all the Roseburg stuff doing PA as well. So,
yeah.
You got your hands in on everything.
Well,
there's a bunt laid down here by Watson. Goes third base side. The throw back to first. Goes off the glove for Eli Westrick. Coming to the plate. The tag not in time. Safe as Jet up to second. Watson gets in. And the Doc Stewarts will add to their lead against Medford. It's 7-1. Roseburg now in front against the Mustangs. Jet Black will score here in the 5th on the throw to first base, which was an error on the pitcher. Actually, I'd say on the first baseman. On the bunt attempt by Watson there. He ends up at second base. So an error there by Medford. That'll be their 3rd of the ball game, and they trail by 6 here against the Docs in Game 2 of tonight's doubleheader. Docs looking for a sweep at the plate, a 1-0 count for Cade Johnson. He'll take high for a 2-0 count.
I know that Medford lost their ace pitcher, and I can't think of his name.
Ballsiger, I believe, is the kid with the broken hand. Yeah. It's unfortunate there for Medford. You want to see teams with their best competition here late in the season, even if it is your opponents. But
the other kid that's not here tonight, who I think can play at the next level, is going to be a senior at I think it's North Medford. Well, anyway, or
Bennett
South
Thompson,
Taylor Douglas.
Oh,
Tanner
Douglas. Yeah, he was a pretty good pitcher as well.
Well, not only a good pitcher, but when he's not pitching, he's playing first base and has a great swing.
Yeah.
So there's some players in Southern Oregon.
Yeah, definitely. There really is.
And I think you'll see a majority of them maybe up at Umpqua Community College over the years.
Ground ball to short, booted by Ankeny. He'll make the throw to first, but it will not be in time. Off the end of his glove, and Medford having a tough go of it here, as Cade Johnson gets on safely with another error.
Looked like he was thinking about making that throw to third before he gloved the ball.
There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runners on the corners. And a visit out to the mound for Nate Maben. And I think that Cody Borgine is going to hand things off, and that'll retire his outing tonight for the Medford Mustangs. Well, Tom, as we head to a break here, boy, it has been cool to see the honor that you get here, and obviously 51 years is one heck of an accomplishment. So,
well, thanks, Joey. I appreciate the support, and like I say, we've got a great program. For those of you that haven't been out here to see a baseball game, I mean, we've got the greatest, probably one of the best facilities and field in the Pacific Northwest.
It really is. They've made some great facility upgrades here. It's a lot of fun. Well, Tom, congratulations.
So
it's great to get the chance to chat with you a little bit here during our game, and look forward to seeing you out there next time you're in the the umpire's uniform.
Okay, thanks, Joey.
All righty. Tom Nelson joining us here. We'll go ahead and Brody Black chimes in on YouTube saying Tom Nelson has never missed a call. We'll come back after a 60-second break. It's a call to the pen brought to you by Shelby and Mickey Atlantic Construction. Docs lead 7-1 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Right fielder Darren Marsh will take over on the mound for Cody Boragine. I want to say thanks again for joining us on the air, as well as for 51 years of service to youth sports and to American Legion Baseball in Douglas County. To Tom Nelson, really appreciate the time and all the effort that he has put in to helping support our local youth throughout the years here in Douglas County. Doc Stewart's with a 7-1 lead here in the bottom of the 5th after this call to the pen brought to you by Shelby and Mickey Atlantic Construction. At the plate, Logan Klopfenstein is swinging a foul ball for strike 1. He's got a 1-1 count against Darren Marsh. Marsh from Eagle Point High School, graduating here in 2021. With 2 outs. here in the 5th inning. Ball pops off the glove for the catcher, and into second base does go Cade Johnson. Stolen base there for Johnson. 2 balls and 1 strike for Klopfenstein, who reached on an error in the 4th. He'll pop one out to right field. New man out there is going to try to handle that one in some of the shadows. Out in right field, making the catch for Medford is Jace Miller, who moves from center field to right field. Cody Boragine taking over in center field after coming away from the mound. Docs get 1 run here in the 5th inning on 1 hit. There were 2 errors by the Mustangs and 2 men left on base for the Docs. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Docs on top 7-1 over Medford here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Current Orthodontics, we stand out because of the smiles and the excitement that we create. A beautiful smile can really make a huge impact in someone's life. Our main goal is we also want you to be able to walk down the street and have your neighbors say, "Hey, where did you get that great smile?" And for you to be able to say, "At Current Orthodontics."
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Top of the 6th inning, Medford needing to figure out some offense here tonight. Their defense has been letting them down a bit here in this Game 2 of our doubleheader. At the plate, Zach Ankeny is 1 for 2 tonight. He faces Ever Lamb, has a 2-0 count to start things off as the Docs lead at 7-1. A foul ball makes it a 2-1 count for Ankeny. Docs baseball tonight is brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Give them a call at 672-6707. 2-1 pitch here for Ever Lamb, who's into his 6th inning of work. He'll get a strike on the outside corner. So far, he's allowed 7 hits in this ball game. And strike 3 called on Zach Ankeny. He'll go down looking for a second time in the ball game for Ever Lamb. That is his 3rd strikeout of the evening. 1 away here in the 6th. Strikeouts by Docs pitchers brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Swing on the first pitch. Aiden Horsley lines one into left field. Watson up with it. Sends it back in quickly, and Horsley will be held to just a single. His first hit in Game 2. A 1-out single for the Mustangs, trailing 7-1. Gavin Schmidt will bat. He is 1 for 2 with a single his last time up. Docs baseball also brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. On the mound, Ever Lamb. The righty delivers low and outside for ball 1. One-oh pitch here for Schmidt. Pops this one up. Back behind home. Foul for strike 1. Strike taken. A ball and 2 strikes now against Gavin Schmidt. Schmidt lines one to center field. Jet Black, no problem racing to get to that ball. It's 2 away. Now the scoreboard, and
now batting for the Mustangs, right fielder number 3.
Actually, no.
Miller.
I was going to say the Docs game changer. They all had more hits than I do, but I've got the same as the Docs. So I think we are squared away on that. I was trying to make sure I had totals correctly here. First pitch to the 7-hitter Jace Miller. Now the right fielder he takes for ball 1 from Ever Lamb. 2 down, 1 on at first. Lamb's 1-0 pitch hits the outside corner for a 1-1 count. Docs Baseball brought to you by Good Vibration, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Miller is 0 for 2 in the game last time up, grounded into a double play. Grounds one towards shortstop here. Takahashi, throw to first. Got it at first base just in time. Not an easy play there for Takahashi, but he gets it there just ahead of Miller for the final out. No runs on one hit. There were no errors. One man left on base for the Mustangs. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Doc Stewart's leading 7-1 on top of the visiting Medford Mustangs, trying to add a bit more insurance, see if they can finish off this doubleheader sweep at home on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on the Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
First pitch swinging as we start the bottom of the 6th inning. Austin Takahashi flies one out to left field. A lazy fly ball for Aiden Horsley out there. One down as we start off the bottom of the 6th. Docs leading 7-1. Brings up Dawson Gillespie with nobody on and one out. He is 0 for 1 in this game with a sac fly for an RBI and a sac bunt. He takes the first pitch for strike one. Docs Baseball brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling. Your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Ground ball pulled towards third base. Gavin Schmidt rifles it across to Eli Westrick. And that is the second out here on a 5-3 putout. On the mound, Darren Marsh throwing for Medford. Took over for Cody Borgine, who pitched 4 2/3 innings. Breaking ball in for a called strike against Spencer Six, who struck out looking his last time up. 4 2/3 for Borgine. He's credited with all 7 runs right now as a ground ball right side. First baseman will get it and tosses over to the pitcher, Darren Marsh, who steps on the bag as he loses his hat for the final out. 3-1 to put out. A quick 1-2-3 inning for the Docs in the bottom of the 6th. So we'll head to the top of the 7th. Everland back on the mound, needing 3 outs, and a 7-1 lead for the Docs on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change at regular price and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The Signature Service Oil Change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and a 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one Signature Service Oil Change with Pennzoil, get one free now at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube, next to Champion Car Wash.
Leading off for the Medford Mustangs in the top of the 7th inning.
Top of the 7th inning, Doc Stewart's leading 7-1, needing 3 outs to sweep Medford at home tonight and move into a tie for first place. First pitch from Everlam out to try and go for a complete game victory. He misses for ball 1 against the leadoff man here in the 7th, Brandon Zani, the catcher. takes for ball 2. Lamb misses on the 2-0 pitch, makes it a 3-0 count. Game 1, it was Jay Stoffel trying to go for a complete game shutout. Almost had it, but an error kept the game going. One more at bat, and then Jet Black came in and got them out of it as they strike in on a 3-0 pitch. Brandon Zani, who's 0 for 2, will have a 3-1 count. Swing and a miss on the 3-1 pitch. Full count pitch here for Zani. Strike 3, got him looking. Zani wanted ball 4. He does not get it. That's another Mountain Mike's Pizza strikeout. Number 4 on the night for Ever Lamb, 1 away. And it brings up Rowan Amon. Docs Baseball brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Make your travel plans with them at 541-672-5701. First pitch swinging for Amon. He pops it in the air. Foul territory. Logan Kloffenstein underneath it for the second out. 2 away. Top of the order, Cody Borgine now in center field will bat. He is on the hook for the loss in tonight's game after going the 4 2/3 innings. Gave up 5 hits, 7 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Borgine is 1 for 3 tonight with a double. Trying to keep the hopes for Medford alive. They trail by 6. They lost game 1 5-0. Game 2 7-1 here. First pitch inside for ball 1. So right now we are looking at 13 2/3 innings. Make it 12 2/3 innings of no scoreless baseball for Doc's pitchers against Medford. It's a pitch high, 2 balls and no strikes. So in this doubleheader, basically what I'm trying to say is Medford's gotten the 1 run in this doubleheader so far tonight. Docs have been feeling good with their performances on the mound, I'm sure. Tomorrow, I've been told, Austin Anderson and Evan Corbin going to be your scheduled starters for the Docs tomorrow. 3-0 pitch here. Strike 1 taken for Borgine, a 3-1 count. Docs trying to wrap it up here. A complete game performance for Ever Lamb. It'd be his longest outing of the season after the elbow issues. Foul ball. That one ricochets off of the umpire's face mask. That is strike 2 for Borgine. 1 strike away for Ever Lamb to wrap it up here. Full count pitch coming up for Cody Borgine. Out of his windup, Lamb. Ground ball, 1 hopper to Cade Johnson. Sets up, throws to Tatone. Game over. Docs win. It's a sweep at home tonight for the Docs, and now they'll be tasked with trying to do it tomorrow on the road. If the Dr. Stewarts can sweep tomorrow's doubleheader against the Mustangs, they win your Area 4 title. Get ready for a big showdown going on at U.S. Cellular Field tomorrow night, starting at 5 o'clock for that twin bill. The regular season wraps up tomorrow. We'll wrap up tonight's contest with our Roseburg Disposal postgame show coming up. Docs Baseball presented by B&D Meats. It's grilling season. Stop by B&D Meats in Winston for all your grilling needs. We'll come back with the postgame show after this 2-minute break. Docs win Game 2 against Medford and sweep today on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku.
There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Game 2 goes final. Doc Stewarts get a win in the nightcap as they take down Medford. Final score in Game 2, 7-1. As we welcome you in, everybody, this is your Roseburg Disposal postgame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. That is Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. Joey Kieran here with you. It's been a bit of an adventure in Game 2 here, bringing a guest into the studio during the game, as well as some technical difficulties trying to work through there. But hey, we got through it. Docs get a win. They sweep here tonight. What a night for Docs baseball here. But now the real test, as it usually goes, got to win on the road. And so the Doc Stewarts will head on down to Medford to try and take 2 games down there and win the Area 4 title outright if they can sweep Medford on the road. We'll see how that works out tomorrow night's doubleheader starts at 5 o'clock from U.S. Cellular Field, number 9. Your numbers here tonight: 1 run on 8 hits, 4 errors, and 6 men left on base for Medford. Doc Stewart, 7 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, and 5 men left on base. Getting the win will be Ever Lamb. And Ever Lamb moves into, let's see here, his pitching record will improve to 2-1 on the season. He tossed all 7 innings, gave up 8 hits, 1 run, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. And taking the loss is Cody Boragine. He gave up 7 runs on 5 hits in 4 2/3 innings, gave up 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. Doc scored 3 runs in the first inning. Not all of them run. In fact, I believe only 2 earned runs for Cody Boragine in this evening's game. They had the final out of the first inning, but a drop ball in center field allowed the inning to continue and a run to come in. Docs would tack on 2 more in that first. They would get 1 run back in the top of the third with Medford. That was their only run scored tonight. A sac fly by Darren Marsh scored the only run of the evening between the 2 games of the doubleheader for the for the Mustangs. Docs would get 2 runs back, though, in the bottom of the third inning, lead 5-1. They'd tack on 1 in the fourth. I should say those 2 runs came in on a 2-run homer by Jet Black in that third inning. In the fourth inning, the Docs got another run on the board, and then another run in the fifth as they would pull away to sweep Medford tonight. 7-1 in Game 1, 5-0 in Game... Actually, 7-1 in Game 2, 5-0 in Game 1. So, there you go. Docs get the wins here this evening. A very nice performance by them. Medford now looks to try and do it themselves down there. And I expect that tomorrow night you're going to get a very ready and eager Medford team coming up tomorrow night. So look forward to that. We'll come back. We'll look at more of the numbers on tonight's broadcast as we wrap things up on the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Want to remind you, Docs Baseball brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall, accepting new patients at 541-378-6694, and by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Don't forget Fisher's Hearth and Home, also a sponsor of Docs Baseball. Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Back to wrap things up on the Roseburg Disposal postgame show after this 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
This is Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on the Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Somebody. Back here with your Roseburg Disposal post-game show, wrapping things up here tonight from Champion Car Wash Field. Our final night here at the ballpark at Champion Car Wash Field for the regular season. Next time Doc Stewart's take the field here at home, it will be the postseason. They will be the host team in the AAA state tournament, so they obviously will be in that state tournament. They will not play here at home again until 1 week from today. Well, let's take a look at how things wrapped up here at home tonight for the Docs. A 7-1 win in Game 2. Again, they scored 3 in the first inning to take the lead. 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. Medford with just 1 run in the top of the third inning here tonight. Taking a look at the pitcher numbers again. Ever Lamb, 7 innings, gave up 8 hits, 1 run, no walks, 4 strikeouts for the Docs tonight. They're 3 pitchers combined, 13 strikeouts, no walks. So that is that's pretty good there, folks. That is pretty good. For Cody Boragine, 4 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 7 runs, not all of them earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Darren Marsh pitched the final inning in a third, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no walks, no strikeouts. For the offense here tonight, 8 hits in the ballgame for Medford, as Medford actually, 12. Medford actually in the doubleheader out hits Roseburg, but those errors were pretty costly, as well as a number of walks there for the Medford pitching staff. But for the Medford hitters, a double for Cody Boragine in this game, a single and a double for Darren Marsh, plus a sac fly for RBI. 2 singles in the game for Eli Westrick. Zach Ankeny was 1 for 3 with a single and 2 strikeouts. Aiden Horsley had a single in the game. Gavin Schmidt, a single. And that is all the hits in the game for the Medford Mustangs. On the other side for the Dr. Stewarts, Austin Takahashi was 1 for 3. Spencer 6, 1 for 4 with a single. Jet Black was 2 for 3 with a 2-run homer and a double. Dominic Titone, an RBI single in the first inning. And that is all your hits in the ballgame for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. So Docs get the sweep here at home. That means that we will head down to Medford. Docs needing to win at least one of the 2 games down there, and that'll make things interesting. I don't know how things would shake out if that was the case, if the Docs win 1 out of 2 on the road at Medford. If the Docs take both of the games on the road at Medford, they are your Area 4 champions outright. So a chance to win a league title as they go into the final day of the regular season for your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. Should be a fun day at the ballpark tomorrow down at U.S. Cellular Field number 9. I hope you joined us for that. Pre-game coverage starts at 4:45 with first pitch of Game 1 of that doubleheader starting at 5 o'clock. Well, folks, we'll wrap things up there and get ready for tomorrow's Twin Bill. Want to say thanks to the Medford Mustangs for making the trek up here, as well as all their fans. Hope they had a great time at the ballpark tonight. Want to say thanks to Jeremiah Robbins and the entire Roseburg Roseburg American Legion baseball program, for allowing us to bring you another season of Docs baseball here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Craig Ortega back in the studio tonight doing the radio production for us here this evening. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. Want to say thanks to Tom Nelson as well for 51 years of service and for joining me in the booth here this evening to talk a little bit about his time behind the plate and out on the field being an umpire for American Legion Baseball. Folks, we'll talk to you tomorrow as the Docs take on the Medford Mustangs. Game 1 at 5, pregame at 4:45. You can catch the action streaming live online at 541radio.com and on our 1490 The Score YouTube channel. That is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. You can also catch it right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.